morning. Welcome, you wonderful beings of light. I'm so grateful that you're here today. So grateful that you have allowed me to come into your heart and share with you what my knowledge and experience has been with mindfulness. So, um, yesterday, well, let's begin by first taking our centering breath. So slowly breathe in through your nose and then exhale. Slowly breathe in again, breathing in all that beautiful prana air. And then exhale. So slowly breathe in through your nose and then exhale. All right. So yesterday we talked about mindfulness and meditation and how they sort of dance together, and also the fine line between um, the difference and the definitions of mindfulness and meditation, and and how they come into focus. In yesterday's episode, we sat for 5 minutes and we had an extreme silence, and a lot of people noticed that there was a lot of things going on inside, outside, and it kept taking their awareness and their focus away from their breath. So I had someone ask me, they said, "So what do you do with all these thoughts?" And and I said, "Oh, well, maybe that's something we should address today, because sometimes we have all these thoughts that we really don't know what to do with." See, the thoughts are really the ego or your subconscious, and it's all the programming, all the experiences, all the events that have happened in your life. And your ego has been in control of you since pretty much you were born. And some might even say before you were born. Okay. So your ego is used to having things the way it wants it. So when you start to calm yourself and create that peace within, then your ego's like, wait a minute, I'm not used to this. I don't know what to do with this. I'm used to running the show. And so the ego will, and the ego subconscious, they're intermingled. Uh, it will continue to try and control you that way. So it'll always pop thoughts into your head so that you are focused more on what it wants instead of what you want. And again, your ego really has to do with your experiences, all the events that happened in your life, the traumas, the happiness, all of that. Because we can attach to trauma in our life, but we can also attach to wonderful things in our life that stop us from moving forward, because we stop there and we stay in that particular place in our life. So with these thoughts, you have like 50 to 60,000 thoughts a day. Now you're only conscious of a handful of them, because those are the handful that keep running in your mind over and over through the day. Maybe like 15, 20, maybe even more than that. But you just are noticing the same thoughts, but you have 50 or 60,000. So mindfulness, sitting in our mindful breathing meditation, we start to notice these thoughts coming. And so today you're going to learn a new tool, a new technique for the mindfulness of your thoughts. So in our practice today, as we're sitting focusing on our breath, if we notice a thought coming through, we're going to be mindful of our thoughts. So remember, mindfulness is the moment by moment awareness of your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, and your environment. And then meditation is where we're going to practice our technique or our tool. We're going to find that specific place. We're going to sit and a designated time, and we're going to practice those tools, and we're going to create the inner peace within. Because remember, so within, so without. So our goal today is to notice our thoughts as they come through. And so as the thoughts come through, I noticed that there are things that could pop up like, oh, I have to go to the bank after work, or I need to take care of making lunches, or oh, I forgot to feed the dog. My famous one was, did I turn the curling iron off? Okay. And it's like, wow. And it literally can overtake you. And so my goal today is to teach you a technique so that you just allow these thoughts to just drift by instead of attaching any story to it. Because, for example, if I talk about that curling iron, oh, I left the curling iron on. Suddenly, there's a whole story that's going to be attached to it. Oh my gosh, what if is there anything that was next to it that could start a fire and burn it up? And then the whole house, and then, oh, here comes Doomsday Debbie. So I'm going to teach you how to not attach a story to it, because thoughts are normal. You're never going to stop your thoughts, because that's who they are. It's the programming, like I said. So during our causing peace today, we're going to take a look at what do you do with these thoughts. And so the first thing, as you're sitting there practicing your breath, focusing on your breath, the thought comes by. All of a sudden you're aware of it. So you're being mindful of the thought because you're aware of it. You name it. Oh, that's a thought. Sometimes that'll just make it disappear. Oh, that's a thought. But if not, what really worked for me was that I envisioned like one of those planes up in the sky that was carrying a banner all the way across. I I would say, okay, here comes the thought. And I literally would watch the thought. I wouldn't see any words. I would just see the thought just scroll on by, and then it would leave. And then after it left, I was able to bring my attention back to my breath. Oh, did I feed the dog? There. Yeah, I just noticed that. And then I immediately name it. Oh, that's a thought. And then allow it to go across. Now, that's what worked for me. Other people have other techniques, strategies, ideas. You can visualize something else. Some people visualize a balloon going up. Some people visualize it going down the drain. It's whatever. Some people visualize it as a cloud. However it works for you. And you just try these different things out. And so you're going to notice it. You're in your mindful breathing. Oh, there's a thought. I need to bring my attention back to my breath. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. So it's kind of like a little process. So you just practice. Again, practice and practice and practice. I kind of look at it as every time I'm bringing my attention back to my breath, I'm noticing that it reminds me of like the Jedi powers. I always go, that's my Jedi powers, because then that way I feel like I can control things, and I'm magical, and I don't have to attach to any of these thoughts or make them bigger than they really are, because a thought is just a thought. That's all it is. And 9 times out of 10, it's in the past or it's in the future. Okay. What's happening is right here, right now. Okay. So today, as we sit, I'd like you to practice noticing your thoughts should they emerge. And remember to be forgiving of yourself. Remember to be kind of yourself. And we're going to meditate for 5 minutes now. We're not going to have any music. I know, how exciting. And you're going to follow your breath. And remember, today's intention, you don't have to turn your microphone on, but you can go ahead and repeat after me. Today, I will notice my thoughts and allow them to pass by without attaching to it. Again, today I will notice my thoughts and allow them to pass by without noticing them. Okay, awesome. So be patient, be kind, and get in your mindful bodies, meaning just make sure you're sitting up straight and you're in a comfortable position. And we'll go ahead and begin our meditation now. Take a deep breath in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe out. All right. So today in your afternoon or evening sit, and I do encourage you to do a second sitting. I'd like you to practice that. And then if you have any questions about what happened or you want to share any successes, please make sure you get a hold of me. You could share them in our group setting or you can share them personally with me because it's always great to share those successes or to share those little struggles or challenges that we're having in our life because um, we're all here for each other and we're all connected and um, the things that you feel, I feel, and other people feel. So I just want you all to know that you're not alone, that you're loved. And I'm so grateful for you guys. So goodbye, you beautiful, beautiful beings of light. And make sure you practice because we'll be talking about the benefits and some anchor words tomorrow.